Love and logic parents look forward to their children's behavior. Why? The path to responsibility and wisdom is paved with mistakes. Turning your words to gold, the art of enforceable statements. Sit still, be quiet, keep your hands to yourself. What's wrong with these statements? Have you ever found yourself telling a child to do something that you can't really make them do? Yeah, because you can't make someone not feel feelings. And recently I've noticed how much I'm told to not feel. And I'm like, wait, is this why I have a disassociative identity? Because I've been told so often to not feel the feelings that I can't stop myself from feeling. And I just like don't understand how people will be like, no, you don't need to get all worked up. I'm not trying to get worked up. The thing that naturally occurs in the human body is to feel upset, and you're telling me not to feel upset. That is something that is upsetting. So what am I supposed to do? Oh, this is where I learned how to dissociate. And I know now, a lot of people don't realize when they are going through like something called depersonalization. I know the signs of depersonalization for me, or disassociation, is when my vision will start to blur. And that's usually when I start to shift into a different mindset or a different identity, so to speak, an identity that is more capable of surviving in this environment than the other identity I had. And it takes many years of therapy to even realize you have something like DID, perhaps, and then to realize the way that your identities switch based off of the way that you need to survive. And now I'm a little farm girl, whatever the fuck that means. Oh, look at this green bug. Yee-wee! Yee! Sorry. I was like, when my daughter wakes up, just holler for me like you do the cows and pigs. I will not be posting this until I am into a different identity or environment or situation in which, time has passed. But for now, this is what I'm going to say. And chores are important. Turning your words to gold. And most learn quickly that they can't make them keep their hands to themselves. Each time we tell our kids to do something that we really cannot make them do, we give away some of our power and a whole lot of credibility. What happens when a parent says to two kids fighting in the back seat, quit fighting? If the two keep up their warfare, the parents look powerless, short of physically separating them. A parent cannot make two kids stop